subscribe to Go Doctor Who. And if you don't, then you can go.
Hello guys, you're watching Go Doctor Who, and today we're going to do 5 things that made the 10th Doctor great. So let's just get into it. But before we do, check out the playlist of 5 things that made each series great, series 1 to 12, including the David Tennant specials. Check that playlist out on the channel. Keep the positivity going. If you're feeling a bit down, there's 5 things that made it great, not negative, so it just builds you up in this dark time, which hopefully is being unlifted soon, or apparently the government may be lifting a few lockdown rules, so yeah, hopefully we can get back to normal. But also check out 5 things that made the first Doctor great, all the way up to the 10th Doctor, today what we're doing. So yeah, anyway, check them out, and if you're feeling down, and yeah, let's just get into today's video, 5 things that made the 10th Doctor great. So yeah, number 1, David Tennant's casting. I think he was a brilliant role to be cast as, and he could portray the 10th Doctor so well, and I couldn't imagine anyone else filling them boots, you know. David Tennant was the phenomenal Doctor and Russell Davies helped him with that, and yeah, David Tennant was certainly the Doctor that got me into the show. It was my first Doctor. David Tennant's first episode I had with him was the Cybermen 2-parter, Power of Earth, Age of Steel, I think it was. Just saw the last bit of the cliffhanger, where the Cybermen were coming for Rose and the Doctor, and then it was to be continued with the Cybermen surrounded with 2 Mickeys, and of course I'm hooked in by that. And then I watched the second part, and it's just like, whoa. So yeah, that 2-parter got me into the show. And if I watched, I don't know, Love and Monsters, I probably wouldn't have loved the show. Or New Earth, I could have not watched this show, you know? But I managed to watch this brilliant 2-parter. What got me into the show, it got me hooked, it got me excited, it got me scared as a kid. I was 6 years old, and I was watching this amazing show, and I don't think any other Doctor could have done it other than David Tennant. So credit to David Tennant, and that's 5 things that made him great. Definitely number 1. Number 2, Russell T Davies. Of course, Russell T Davies wrote Christopher Eccleston phenomenally well, and he did the same for David Tennant, and phenomenal. He put plot arcs of Torchwood reading through his first series. Then through the second series we got the 4 Knocks and Howard Saxon, and them Howard Saxon posters even in Torchwood when they're walking around, and spin-offs being connected. And yeah, next up we had the bees disappearing, which was a subtle nod. Well, not subtle, Donna did go on about that quite a bit. But the bees disappearing, the stars going out, there's so many plot threads that Russell Davies could do, and it was neatly done. And while we're talking about Russell Davies, he did spin-offs as well. He did Sarah Jane Adventures, Torchwood, and Doctor Who. All the universe felt connected and fresh, and it felt like the universe of Doctor Who was big and bold, and everything was kind of linked in, Sarah Jane Adventures, they were kind of linked in, and they had their own things though going on, and so was Torchwood kind of linked in, but they had their own things. Howard Saxon posters in Torchwood, but never mentioned about Howard Saxon, just like subtle nods. And the hand that Captain Jack keeps in the jar is the Doctor's hand, and it helps in series 4. And then constant plot points, and the Doctor going to see Sarah Jane and Joe Grant, and it's just phenomenal. So yeah, so that's second, David Tennant with Davies. And next up we have the Monsters. Yes, the Monsters I think were the best we've had, and interesting ones. The Ood look incredible. The old classic monsters like Sontarans updated. A lot of people think the classics look better. I like the new Sontarans. I just don't like the way they are written by future showrunners. Yeah, the Daleks are briefly new designs. Cybermen on point. They're just the classics. We've got the werewolf from series 2. We've got so many monsters that actually look good and interesting and brilliant to new viewers, and get them hooked in and drawn. And I remember as a kid running around on a field playing with my friends, and they had pretending to be Cybermen or the Oods, and everyone was getting involved, everyone in the class, and it was brilliant to have that feel in the David Tennant times. Certainly after David Tennant left, everyone else stopped playing these games, everyone stopped collecting the cards and stuff like that, and it was such a big era, and David Tennant was the one to be in. as a Doctor Who fan. So yeah, the monsters were definitely hooking you and making you gripped, and definitely made the 10th Doctor great and gave him a challenge. And certainly John Simmons, the Master, did as well, and Davros and Timothy Dalton. Why not? You know. The fourth thing is his companions. Rose healed the 9th Doctor and started to heal the 10th Doctor a bit more, but then they got that lovey-dovey series arc, which a lot of people loved at the time. I liked at the time, but now I look back at it and I don't like it, and I'm like, oh no, this is bad. Series 2 is bad because of this, and I can see, I never noticed Rose being so jealous, the jealous type, but Rose did bring something for the 10th Doctor, and then Martha brought it as well. Everyone calls her the rebound companion. In a way, yes, she was, but she was also more than that, and she was also misjudged. She could defend. She kept the Doctor on track in Family of Blood. She also saved the world by the Master, and she did that alone. She's just brilliant and strong and independent character that decides, you know what, Doctor, you don't pay me enough respect. I'm gonna go now, but if you need me, or if I need you, I'll call you. You know? That's brilliant. The character development where she's come from, and she was trying to be a doctor, and by the end of her series arc, she's a doctor, scientific person from UNIT, you know? The amount of character development Martha got throughout not just series 3, throughout up to series 4, you know? And then we have Donna, which is a phenomenal, feisty, independent, strong woman who is not one to mess with. And the Dr. Donna, what can I say more than she was amazing, she was fabulous, she was everything you want as a companion, and she is my, if not, I think she's my second favourite companion. I did a companion ranking list, you should check that out on the channel, but I think she came second. Yeah, I do love Donna, and yeah, I would have put her at first place, but someone else beat that. Check that out. But yeah, Donna's brilliant, and I love the Dr. Donna aspect, and it's sad how she leaves. Finally now, 5 things that made the 10th Doctor great. Well, there's just the music. Murray Gold, definitely the best music of Doctor Who's era, in my opinion. This music, Day of the Doctor, it even beats that, in my opinion, the Murray Gold music from the David Tennant era. I just love it, and it just feels like home to me. And yeah, there we go. Just me rambling on how much I love David Tennant and everything that's connected to David Tennant. Apart from Love and Monsters, that is my worst episode of all time, and I am going to plan on doing a review on that at one point. It's god awful. I can't stand it. It's the worst episode in Doctor Who, in my opinion. I would even watch Forest of the Night, Sleep No More. You know, I'll watch them over this. You know, so yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will do 5 things that made the 11th Doctor great as well. That's coming out today, and then we're going on to 5 things that made the 12th Doctor and 13 great tomorrow. And then we're going on to something completely different, and I'm hopefully doing on Saturday series ranking of series 1 to 12 and where I put them worst to best. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and if you're a new person, a new member, then yeah, welcome aboard and hope you enjoy the journey with us. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Also check out Dr. Falls for helping me do the intro and give me the template for me to edit around and mess with, and yeah, credit to him, and go and check his channel out.